Taking a look outside here in my garden this morning, you could be bamboozled into thinking that it is very bright and warm. You know, the usual of what Florida is commonly known for. But I have to tell you, this morning I discovered such an unpleasant surprise. Let's check it out now. So as you can see, we have some major frost action going on, and definitely is not what I expected this morning. They said that we were going to get down to about 50 degrees, but yeah, I wasn't expecting freezing, frosty temperatures, and this morning we have just that. So that is definitely not something that an orchid grower wants to know, especially when they still have their orchids outdoors. So I'm gonna be doing some major inspecting right now, checking on my orchids and seeing what went on in here as well. Okay, so I did do a brief inspection of my garden, and from what I could see with my mortal eye, it doesn't appear that I've had any major calamity that has gone on in my garden. As a matter of fact, it doesn't seem like there's any damage at all, but of course, again, that's with my mortal eye. Orchids can take a little bit of a while to really showcase symptoms, so that doesn't mean they are in the clear, and I will have to pay close attention to them. Now, what has saved me in my garden is the fact that I do have this wonderful, precious orchid tree right here that acts as an enclosure and a shelter that houses my orchids. And of course, I have a lot of shrubbery and plants everywhere as well that kind of encloses my orchids here, and I believe really saved them in this case. Now, this particular orchid right here, I definitely can tell you that the cold weather did quite a number on. Now, if you guys can remember, I did a video a little while ago in regards to the Humunga Dunga find of the century, the monstrosity of an orchid that I found at the garage sale, which at the time I did not know what it is, and you know what, to be honest, I still don't know. I am assuming that this is a Dendrobium nobile of some sort, or some form of Dendrobium that definitely needs a cold winter's rest. Now, if you did not check out that video and you want to see the monster orchids that I did find at that garage sale, definitely click right here. It'll take you to that video and you can view those incredible monsters. We're going to take a close look and show you exactly what happened to it. We are beginning to see some definite nubbins coming along, and if we take a close look, we definitely are beginning to see some bud or cakey action that's going on. We're hoping for buds, so finger crossed on that. And then we will definitely find out exactly what this mystery orchid is. And I do have to tell you, I am just so shocked and so relieved to see these blooms still intact, even through the frosty weather. And also, all of the spikes, as you can see here, are still intact as well. What a relief indeed. Thank goodness. So I'll be sure to take all of these in so that we can enjoy their beautiful blooms. And I do have to tell you, I am absolutely thrilled beyond belief to find my Brassivola nodosa, the Richard Mueller Yellowbird variety, doing quite well through it all. Now, this orchid right here is mounted to my tree, so therefore it stays out here winter, spring, summer, and fall. It indeed endures it all. So yes, extremely thrilled that this is so hardy and so strong. But I have to tell you, it is quite close for comfort, and I do not like to push my limits here. So what I'm going to be doing, today is really taking up all of my orchids and bringing them indoors. Because yeah, that was a scary sight for me to see all that frost this morning, and I just can't chance it. So in you guys go. Now, with all of the ruckus that's going on outdoors, there is something special that I have to show you guys indoors. So let's take a look. And this right here is the jewel of my new year. Indeed, she has started off this new year with such a beautiful bang. And this right here is a LC Caridad's Mini Queen Angel Kiss. And I've also seen this referred to as Caridad's Mini Queenie. So however you want to pronounce it, one thing is for sure, this is such a gorgeous gal. And this orchid in particular can be considered a cerulean type of orchid because of its blue-like quality and color. Although to me this actually looks like a purple and a lavender color, but in orchid terminology it can be considered a blue. So if we take a look at the orchid, you are noticing lavender on the petals and the sepals, and these petals in particular show a nice flare of that beautiful blush of dark purple, and then you're seeing a very, very dark purple on the lip area. And if we also take a close look into the throat area, you're going to notice that yellowish, almost a greenish color. Not sure exactly how the camera's capturing it, but indeed a very nice coloration in the throat area as well, giving a nice color combination to this particular orchid. And what I love the most about this orchid is the fact that it is also very fragrant as well, smelling much like lilac. And it does give me fond childhood memories because we used to have a whole lot of lilac bushes in our yard, and it definitely just reminds me of our childhood years, or my childhood years in Massachusetts. So definitely a wonderful, beautiful memory to go along with this gorgeous, stunning orchid right here. And the plant structure on this is so gorgeous for the simple fact that this really bushes up quite a bit. You're going to see new growths throughout this entire plant. And of course, you're going to see the very aggressive roots that will grow and climb everywhere. So indeed, another issue that I love about this orchid is the fact that it is such a hardy and aggressive grower with such beautiful blooms. And I have to tell you, this was actually an orchid that I had for sale, or supposedly was supposed to have it for sale, and I could not get over how healthy this plant was, how aggressive of a grower it is, and of course the gorgeous, very stunning blooms. And needless to say, it is no longer on the market, and indeed this is one of those times where I reneged on the deal because I am definitely keeping this one right here. Now I'm gonna need you guys to shh and keep that on a hush hush. Definitely don't tell the hubby or I will be in the doghouse like rough. And there you have it, folks. That is a complete orchid wrap. I sure do thank you guys for tuning in to yet another episode of My Orchid Adventures. I definitely am hoping that you guys are fully prepared for the cold winter season. As you guys can see, we are in my indoor grow space, and it is quite empty. Majority of my orchids are outdoors, but that is going to change, and like really quick. They will be filling up this orchid space here, and indeed we will be all set and ready to go. You guys stay safe and definitely keep warm. And of course, you guys have to let me know exactly how have you guys been doing during the winter. What are some of your preparations? And of course, how has the winter been for you thus far? Please leave those comments below. And again, I thank you guys so much. And you already know I do truly love you guys all. Mwah.